Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel M2K Sai. I am Khushi and in today's video we will discuss chapter 4 Economics, Globalization and Indian Economy, class 10 part 3. So let's get started with World Trade Organization, WTO. What is the aim of World Trade Organization or why it is set up? So World Trade Organization aims to liberalize international trade. We already looked at what liberalization stands for. It stands for removing of trade barriers set up by the government. So WTO aims to liberalize international trades and set up rules regarding international trade and sees that they are being followed by the countries. Next, according to the report of 2016, there are total 165 countries as the member of WTO, that is World Trade Organization, and it is supposed to allow free trade. The WTO is set up so that every country gets free trade and they can globalize between two different countries freely without less trade barriers, and most of the time it is seen that the WTO is forcing the developing countries like India and all the eastern side countries to remove the trade barriers and mostly supports the developed countries which are the west side countries. Now let us look at the impact of globalization on India. So now let us look at the impact of globalization in India. So first of all we will see the impact of globalization on the consumers, means the purchasers और जो सामान खरीदते हैं. So greater competition among producers has been advantageous to consumers as the competition is increasing. If the products will also come from foreign countries, there will be more variety and even the local company would try to compete and struggle to produce better and to produce cheaper goods. So there is a competition between MNCs and the local companies which is very advantageous to the consumers. Next, there is greater choice, lower prices, improved quality of goods. There is a wide choices for the consumers to buy goods, and there is even lower price and the quality is improved. So there are many benefits of globalization on the consumers, but on producers and workers the benefits are not uniform and they do not get much benefits from the globalization when compared to consumers. So producers get less benefited from the globalization. Let us start studying about that. First, MNCs have now increased in past 20 years. There are many MNCs coming in India, emerging in India, and which means investing in India has been beneficial from them. As MNCs are increasing, as MNCs are emerging in India, it clearly shows that it is being beneficial for them. The investment that they are making is beneficial for them. MNCs have been interested in industries such as cell phones, automobiles, electronics, soft drinks. Most of the companies are MNC. When we look at automobiles, cell phones like MI, Redmi, all these are MNCs that come in India. These products have a large number of well-off buyers, and all these products have very large number of buyers. In these industries and services, new jobs have been created, and yes, new jobs are being created for the local people, for the population of our country. Also, local companies supplying raw material etc. to these industries have prospered. As MNCs are not small companies, they are big companies, and that is why they require large amount of raw material, and as local companies are supplying them raw material, they are also getting benefited from them, and they are also gaining profit. Now the second point, several of the top Indian companies have been able to benefit from the increased competition. As competition is increasing, they are also getting benefited from the emergence of MNCs in our country. And due to the globalization, moreover, globalization has enabled some large Indian companies to emerge as multinational companies as themselves, like Tata Motors, Infosys, Ranbaxy, Asian Paints. All these are MNCs which have come up from our own country, which were the local companies of our nation, but now they have emerged as the multinational companies or multinational corporations. Globalization has created new opportunities for companies providing services particularly those involving IT. Globalization has improved the companies which used to produce services like IT, information technology and communication technology, etc. Now we will look at the steps to attract foreign investment in our country, because it is also beneficial for our own country. So we will look at the topic that what are the various steps that the government takes to attract the foreign investment or to attract foreign companies to invest in our countries. So industrial zones, which are also known as special economic zones, short form is SEZ, they are being set up in our country. So what do? Special economic zones are to have world-class facilities, electricity, water, roads, transport, everything is very high class, and they produce with very good qualities and very good services available to them. Now SEZ do not have to pay taxes for an initial period of 5 hours. In special economic zones, they do not have to pay taxes for full 5 hours if MNCs are setting up their factories in our country. Also, what government has done, they have allowed flexibility in labor laws, because according to labor laws, the labor has to work for a certain time and the company cannot force them to work for more hours. Even the company has to pay a particular amount to the labor who are working in their company, but due to the flexibility that the government is providing, they are allowing the MNC to create some flexibility in the production. Now let us move to the next part. So now let us look at the last part, that is the struggle for a fair globalization. There are many movements and struggles that are being carried so that the globalization is fair. Till now we saw that globalization was beneficial for only a small part of society, and mostly unskilled rural people are not getting benefited with the globalization. So the government can ensure that labor laws are properly implemented. Yes, the labor laws should be properly implemented. There should not be any flexibility in the labor laws, and the government can control many such measures so that the globalization is fair and conducted in a proper manner. Nextly, it can negotiate at the WTO for fairer rules. Government can negotiate at the WTO, that is World Trade Organization, for fairer rules, so that the WTO not only helps the developed countries but also helps the developing countries. There were many campaigns, movements and strikes taken against WTO so that they make fairer rules for the common countries and the developing countries as well. So this was all about the chapter globalization and the Indian economy. If you have any doubts, then do comment down me in the comment section. I will be happy to clear them. Thank you.